And there's a number on the
Yes.
piece of gum. If you call
Yeah.
that number, it's my cell number, and I probably will answer and tell you a secret. So call me.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do that later. I have the gum. I found it. I'm the one who found the gum.
I personally chewed every piece myself. I did.
I personally chewed the piece of gum, and I stuck it in the envelope and sent it out to
Like
the family.
Elf.
We both chewed. We both chewed it.
Elf gum?
I chewed it first. Troy was willing to chew it second. He was,
David William Myers wiggled his butt like an elf while he chewed on the gum. Sassy.
I didn't know that they wiggled their butts, but I guess that's possible. Yeah.
They wiggle their butts like Christmas.
Oh.
Like clockwork.
Oh.
Balloons. Babylon. Baked beans.
Bacon.
Bacon face. Race you to the grave.
Bread.
Chicken at the trash. Chicken at the trash. Hot chicken. Tell me what you miss. Kissing on the mans while I'm working in the kitchen.
It's kind of a weird ending.
Oh my god.
That's the emoji we need. We need that emoji.
That's the Troy emoji.
Troy, we're not that far
Make
apart.
the
Like,
emoji.
Lord help me if I ever get to hang out with you in person, because I don't know. It's
And
gonna be-
ladies both love both of you guys. Ladies go crazy for the Troy and the David. Ladies are obsessed with you. Okay, so here's what. Okay, wait. David, I want you to be the only one to talk, and I want you to say why you think ladies are obsessed with Troy. And then I'm going to flip it because I want to hear this. What is your impression as a man?
Like, I actually do think that he's he's not being attractive at the moment, but he actually is an attractive person. But I will say that women, first of all, his music, and
The
anytime
music,
anytime anybody makes, you know what, he said it himself earlier. He turns it all the way to wet. He turns it all the way to wet when he works on those. He knows
He's
what to do.
passionate.
He knows, and I know too. Like, you turn it all the way to the wet side. That's because that's the effect that you want to create
All the way to the wet side.
on your music. On your music, you want your music to be wet. Like, that's what you want. And
I want your toothbrush to be wet. Too.
but additionally, everybody loves to laugh, and like, he's freaking funny. Like, I find him so endearing.
I thought you were going to say something. I thought you were going to say because you said I find, but I thought you were going to say I'd.
What did
That
you think I was
reminds-
going to say? Go ahead and let
No,
it out.
That
Let it
reminds
out,
me,
Renee. Did you have to bite your tongue there on that
I
one?
was like
don't know.
hungry earlier, and I went in the fridge and I saw this leftover meatloaf.
This is no
and I
icing,
was like,
you
that
know.
looks
This
good
is no
enough.
icing.
It's okay. You can,
I can let loose. I can let my hair head down.
I
Okay,
feel like
okay, Troy. Why do you think ladies are so gaga over David?
Because his personality and his physically, is actually attractive. I'm not attractive. I look like fucking Danny Elfman and
No, you're both
like
physically
Ron
attractive.
Jeremy or something.
You're
like
both physically attractive.
I look
disagree.
like my face looks like it was hot in another life, but in this one it just ain't.
I'd hit
know,
it. Just saying.
Like, that's
You know
how
what
I
it is?
see
The
myself. I don't actually look at
self-deprecation is
myself.
hot.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Self-deprecation
I don't
is hot.
I don't look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like,
He's
aren't
getting
you gonna get sassy and go down to the bank and tell them what's up?
He's getting
Yeah.
hotter and hotter the more he's saying negative things about how he looks.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Reverse
pretty hot then
psychology,
because my
people.
whole personality and my whole life is stunted by arrested development and gloomy, detrimental thoughts.
Is
about
there a
myself.
certain brooding quality to us as well? Like, do you like, and like that's directed at
Sensitive.
Sandy and Renee. Like, is there?
Man,
is
I'm
there
crying
something-
right now, man.
Is there like
was just
everybody can
thinking-
sense that there's a certain amount of darkness under the surface, and that we've got like a lot going on beyond what actually comes out of our mouth necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah,
Homeward
because
Bound.
women like to get to the bottom of that darkness and then shed the light on it. You know, women are very nurturing.
Even though it's a demon and it eats
Oh.
flesh, they still want to go stick a flashlight in its face.
If you find a troubled man, you will find him flanked by all kinds of beautiful, innocent, caring, nurturing women who want to help him. It's a thing.
Mm.
Fortunately
feel
or
like-
unfortunately.
I feel like they're.
I hope
What-
no. I
I
hope
think
no
what
one
my
ever
guess
has
as
to
a
like
woman
take
would
that
be-
on with me.
My guess as a woman would be that you're both authentic. You're both you're just authentic, true self, and you're not at the gym in the mirror trying to impress girls. You're true, authentic self and lovable. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
I'm
Like,
totally at the gym and in the mirror. I just suck at it.
I think you're saying something very. I think you're saying something very real there. Because
yo. It just ain't happening.
I think probably both me and Troy have probably had a sufficient amount of life experience and trying to play the game and failing at it perhaps to just realize that by faking our way through it we were just doing ourselves a disservice and everybody else and so at some point you just start putting your more authentic self forward so that the relationships that you do foster as a result that they're true to you because every relationship I fostered prior to me doing that I didn't feel good about because I know that wasn't the real me, and so now when I interact with people I know that I'm putting forward something that is genuinely me, and so when I get the response I know that is true to me and it feels a lot better.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the meaning of life stuff, man.
Yep.
Preach. You know what I'm saying?
don't change,
Respect.
guys. Don't change.
Hit me up on LinkedIn.
Don't
Look
change
out
for
me.
anyone.
Yeah, wisdom
David will
comes
find you
from
on
pain.
fans only.
Comes from think we can get that cookie, and then the sun falls and the milk dries, and you realize you got alligators in your eyes.
I think Renee has said something. Renee said something kind of like prolific recently, and I can't remember what show it was on, but it was something along the lines of that. In order to have success or to like be a better person, like all those things, like to be better in life. Like we have to accept the failures. Like the failures are what take us there. And I think Renee, you touched on something like that. I know you said something like that very recently on a show, and I was like, that is exactly what it is. Like we have to be okay with all the failures that we went through because they led us to learning. Every one of them is a learning experience, and they take us places. The failures take us places.
Yeah, don't ever be ashamed or embarrassed by something that you did that was considered a failure because you can only fail if you do stop trying. But it depends on like when you end it. Like if you have a horse race and you end it at this place, you're going to have a different winner than if you end it at this place. That's why, so it's wherever you pause the movie. If you pause the movie at the sad part before the reunion, then you don't see the happy ending. So just keep trying. And the failures really are not actual failures.
Yeah.
You can only know you failed when you've stopped showing up. When you stop showing up, then you've decided to fail. But unless you decide actively to fail, you cannot actually fail.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah, all very true. But my problem is with the memories is not that I regret them. I've forgiven myself for every bug I've squashed, but that part of your brain that like that psychedelic part of your brain that can give you daydreams and like sort of act out movies in your head. Like that part of my brain is really overactive. I think. It's always, I always seem kind of distracted from real life because that part of my brain is always like one
left
of my
side
eyes,
of the brain.
It's
find
always
yours
on blast,
Is yours more connecting with the past?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying, or? Because mine, like I
say
have the same
probably,
effect.
yeah.
I have the same effect, but I'm always thinking about what's coming next, and I'm always
I'm always worried about death too. That's the future.
I'm always preparing for what I think might come. I'm having future dialogues in my head, future
nuclear
conversations.
war, or starvation, or like eating too much.
I'm not
in a
like,
sewer.
I don't like. It's weird. Like I don't think about death. Like I'm not afraid to die. I'm not. Like like that's one thing I'm perfectly okay with. But
I'm not afraid, and I'm afraid at the same time. I'm both afraid and not afraid. One of me is totally like, yes, please. This confusion of putting my brain back together every morning and then finalizing it at night and going to sleep all right. You know, like this cycle every single day is so monotonous. So part of me is like, come on, death.
It's exhausting.
Treat me to a luxury. And then the other part of me is like, I don't want to die, man. I've got a milk factory. I've got employees to play. I got a wife and a kid in a car. You know.
You know what? They gave a dose of psilocybin, which is mushrooms, magic mushrooms, psilocybin, to elderly patients who were in hospice about to die. And in every single patient that they administered that dose to, the fear of death was totally eliminated. And each patient was no longer afraid of death. Their consciousness had expanded to see things outside of our current reality and consciousness to the point where they were just open to it. Like they were totally cool with it. No more fear.
Very interesting.
Everyone that dies says the same thing, is that they didn't want to come back, that it was so just plentiful of love and just, you know, relaxing and rewarding in every sense, that the thought of coming back to life was like, you know, being tortured.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, you know, life is a pretty strange thing, you know, like none of us chose to be here.
I think
yet there's all these constructs and things that we're just sort of feel forced into, and it's a labor. It's a like you just like you are created to go through all this work, and it's just like what?
You know what I think is that we did choose to be here. Everyone like set up their life, you know, and like for whatever reason, like there's like a credit system or whatever. Like to put it simply, you know, I can only fathom the way it works, but like, you know, to, you know, put my mind through it, you know, it's like some kind of credit system or karma system, and you've got to like get a certain amount of credits, you know, or good karma points to, you know, up your profile so that you can graduate and go on to like the next thing, which maybe will put you in a situation of physical life, sort of like this, but not quite as bad, you know, a little more fun and relaxed, and just you're just there to learn about philosophy primarily. But I think this one that I'm in, I'm probably here to you know, learn about, you know, the fundamental you know, benefits of you know, taking care of yourself, and you know, working through your own demons, you know, just the nitty gritty of the soul, and learning how to, you know, not self-destruct.
You're speaking to my heart there. Yeah, like
It's one of those emotional ass lives, you know, where every single step's like, oh my God, I see a frog on the other side of that street. You know, it's just like there's this lightning everywhere, you know, just mud in the water. Death is all around. You know, got a snake in your boots. It's whack.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. That's a great segue to the outro, the song. You know, the start song, please.
We're going overtime, but
we've definitely did overtime.
It was worth it. It was great.
We got so real.
We got very real.
Troy,
so is it over now? Or are you cutting this part out?
No, it's going to be there.
Let's say bye to TikTok. Should we say bye to TikTok, Renee?
Bye, TikTok. We love you.
Bye, TikTok.
Follow us.
And Facebook and YouTube and all the things. All of those things.
Most creative TV.
Oh my God.
We appreciate all of our viewer base.
We love them. And you can tune in at any time on any platform. We love you.
Indeed.
Oh my God. Next time. Bye, everybody.
Make it wet. Make it wet.
Right. It's like super wet.
Make it wet, TikTok.
Super wet.
It's so wet.
wettest.
The wettest.
Good night,
Oh my
everybody. Thank you,
God.
Sandy. Thank you, Sandy,
Love
for
you.
letting me be here. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you.
Wet sandwich.
I love you guys together. Hysterical.
Thank you.